Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So today we are going to talk about pink collar crime, right? And this is on the rise. You might ask, what is pink collar crime, right? Because we all know what white collar crime is. So white collar crime, for those of you guys who are not familiar, is a whole like Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme, fudging the books, embezzling billions and millions of dollars, blah blah blah, right? But you might ask yourself, what is pink collar crime? And we have a website here that describes it. But before we jump into this, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, drop a comment. It really helps to keep this channel going. Hit the notification bell so you can get notice of when I drop a new video. And let's just jump into this. So it starts. Everyone knows the saying white collar criminal. Think Bernie Madoff or a young male hedge fund trader. When I say pink collar criminal, they have a puzzled look. Most people don't realize it, but they are probably neighbors, co-workers, friends, or acquaintances with a pink collar criminal, or someone that has been embezzled by a pink collar criminal. A pink collar criminal can be a PTA mom, your dentist office manager, and yes, even someone's grandma. The statistics on pink collar criminals are alarming. According to the FBI, male embezzlers have increased only 4% since 1990, while pink collar criminals have increased over 40% since that period. The term pink collar crime was popularized by Dr. Kathleen Daly during the 1980s to describe embezzlement type crimes that were typically committed by females based on limited opportunity. In this context, women were more likely to have committed low-level crimes such as check kiting and bookkeeping fraud from positions of less power compared to men who had engaged in acts of white-collar crime. So, can a man be a pink-collar criminal? The simple answer is yes. It's the position, not the gender, but in these pink positions are just more women than men. So basically what she's saying, guys, is these people that are in lower level positions like a bookkeeper, a budget person, a payroll officer, an office manager, they aren't the CEOs and the COOs, but they're in positions to steal money, right? And that's why these women are doing this, is because they are in these positions where they can do this and not be noticed for it. So here's another point, guys, and then we can move on to the news story here. So, in 2018, the Association for Certified Fraud Examiners, they report to the nation on occupational fraud abuse found that men were responsible for stealing larger amounts of money. The median was 156 grand, compared to women, the median 89,000. A handful embezzlement studies, though dated, have focused on female offenders and confirmed trends that women tend to commit embezzlement at a higher rate, but they steal less money. So, guys, this is like car accidents, right? Where people think that men have more car accidents than women do. That's not the case. Men have more major car accidents, yes, but women actually have more car accidents than men. They're just smaller accidents. When men get in car wrecks, they're usually big ones, right? And this is the same. They steal less money more often, okay? But when men steal money, it's like a Madoff thing where they're billions of dollars. So, here we go. So women also invoke different rationalizations for their actions compared to men. And then it talks about the wage gap, blah, blah, blah. So look, it says that we know that today that women make about 81% on the dollar, which we all know is BS compared to men. However, when they steal, they only steal 43 to 50 cents on the dollar. So guys, let's just check this out here and let's go.
An East Grand Rapids mom is accused of taking some $300,000 from her Kentwood employer, but she's among a growing group of criminals who are women.
That's right. It's a phenomenon called pink collar crime.
$300,000, you guys. Yo, guys, I don't recommend stealing, all right? But if you're gonna steal, right, at least steal enough to where you could like live for a long time. Steal like 70 million or whatever, or steal enough to where you can like be on a beach with senoritas and margaritas. But I am not risking my freedom for 300 grand, you know?
And 24-hour News 8's Barton Dieters is here to tell us about it. Barton?
Marley and Brian, while men are overwhelmingly the gender convicted of all kinds of crime, women are gaining in one area, specifically embezzlement. In the past few months, we told you about these ladies. Mary Beth Nape of Kentwood was the operation manager for D&M Logistics, also known as America's Transportation Resources, based not far from the Gerald R. Ford Airport on 44th Street. She faces trial February 26th, accused of using gas cars to steal $500,000 from her boss, who's also suing her in civil court. Stephanie Marie.
How do you steal $300,000 using gas cards, man? Yikes.
Bohr will be sentenced February 20th in Kalamazoo Federal Court after she pleaded guilty to stealing more than $300,000 from the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers in Kalamazoo, where she was the office manager and bookkeeper. Now we learn of Joanna Schroeder of East Grand Rapids. She's accused of converting more than $285,000 from vendors at Weiss Technik, a German-based manufacturer of environmental chambers. That was sent to her own personal bank account. We went to her East Grand Rapids home to talk to her, but while there was someone home, no one came to the door. Today, I talked to former U.S. Customs investigator specializing in fraud, turned private investigator Kelly Paxton about her field of expertise, embezzlement by women.
Pink collar crime is workers, primarily women, in those type of positions, bookkeeper, office manager, accounts receivable, that steal from the workplace.
She says women are outpacing men in this one area of criminality.
In a 10-year period, it increased only 2% for men, and it was almost 40% for women.
2% for men in pink collar crime, 40% for women. Absolute clown world. So they'll steal from you in divorce court and child support, and now they're coming for your money for your businesses, guys. Be careful.
Women are more likely to steal from their bosses because they feel they've been mistreated or because of a need. In the case of Joanna Schroeder, court records show she filed for divorce this summer, a divorce that includes 3 minor children.
It starts out with a legitimate financial need, but then once they start stealing, they're like, oh, well, this kind of does make life easier.
Paxton also says one of the ways to identify an...
So do you see, guys, how they just basically said, oh, well, you know, that use with women is it starts out with a need. So they're kind of like low key, like rationalizing or justifying this, right? But you know that if it was men, they would just be like, men are all just pieces of trash. You know, you could always hear that coded language in there that they just cannot hold women accountable at all.
An embezzler is when they refuse to take vacations. They do this because if someone else does their job, the thefts may well be discovered. Also, it's estimated that only 25% of embezzlement cases make it to court. Live in studio control, Barton Dieters, 24-hour News 8.
Wow. So, guys, there you go. You see? And let's look at one more thing here. So this is the woman that, so she has a thing for the victims, you know, all the stuff that you should look for, what you should do, some resources here, right? And look, she says, this is her background, this is her. And look, she says, everyone has a mother. I was used to bad guys when I was in a federal law enforcement. When I worked at the sheriff's office as a fraud analyst, I realized that most of all my suspects in embezzlement cases were women. They were quote-unquote nice women. They weren't scary. Most of all of them had not committed embezzlement before, but for varying reasons they crossed the line and became criminals. And here you go. She should have just stopped it there, right? But watch. Maybe it was for a sick child, an aging parent, financial difficulties due to their significant other losing a job, or just deciding that they wanted more. So there's this low key, like making them seem like Robin Hood in a way, right? Crazy, man. Absolutely. insane. Guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if they would have the same kind of narrative if it was men doing this. Let me know if you even heard of this before, because I hadn't really. Let me know if this surprises you at all, because it doesn't surprise me. And let me know if you or anyone that you know has been victim to pink collar crime. All right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. I'm out of here.